Yeah, my shoulder, my neck's still hurting, so I was laying on the bed. Heidi's
Oh, I'm
watching
sorry.
Heartland
Oh. Well, did you go back to the chiropractor?
yesterday, but I'm still sore as heck. Hurts in
You
my
ain't getting
neck
sick,
on
are
this
you?
side. It goes down into my shoulder. It wasn't behind my shoulder blade, but now it's just across the top of my shoulder, like down to my arm a little bit. So I'm a
Oh,
little
that
bit
ain't
better.
good.
I'm a little bit better, but I'm still sore as heck. I went out and done chores and come in. Heidi said, I'm going to start the show. You want to watch the episode? I said, I need to go out and work on my mom's chicken house. But I said, whatever. I said, after that, I'm going to go out and get something done.
Well,
Did you guys
we're
butcher your
supposed to
pig?
be we're supposed to be doing it today, but you can see what we're doing
Oh.
instead.
Well, Heidi seen you cooking them pork burgers with the Dorothy
Yeah,
Ranch. She says, I wonder if they butchered Bryan. And I said, I don't know, ask her. So I don't know if she texted you or what and commented
yeah.
or asked you if you did or not.
Comment. No,
Yeah.
we were supposed to do it today, but it's just kind of one of those.
Yeah, he got a stay of execution.
Yeah,
Right? How's everything going?
it's going good. I did get a screen and some cheesecloth to do the fat.
Right?
Oh, Heidi's telling on you. She said you won't even take an ibuprofen or an aspirin.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Oh,
Take
Ben's
some.
over acres on here.
Hey, uh,
Yeah.
w-
You
did
know
you
me, I don't
fall?
like. No, I go to the chiropractor once a month just because my back will go out on me and bother me if I don't. So I went Wednesday for my monthly visit, and by Wednesday night, my neck and my shoulder started hurting. I woke up the next day, I could hardly move. My whole shoulder hurt. It's back, like right behind my shoulder blade and up in my neck, and I had a bad headache. So I just put up with it all day. Didn't do a whole lot, and then yesterday I got up and Heidi said, "You better go back to chiropractor, see if you can fix it." So I went back and he adjusted me again, and like I said, it still hurts today. I can hardly move, but I went out and done chores. Logan come up to help me, but I need to put an ice pack on it again, lay on the bed again. But I was just laying there, just come in from outside and laying there. And Heidi's like, "Oh, start Heartland if you want to watch the episode." And I said, "Whatever." I said, "Then I got to get outside and get something done, whether I want to or not." But I can't stand laying around, and I
Well,
did all day yesterday.
you gotta take care of yourself, or it'll only get worse.
I know. Heidi
Mm,
keeps trying to tell me to take ibuprofen, but I just don't like taking that crap. So
I know, but it helps with your muscles. It'll help relieve them.
yeah,
Heidi
I
knows
might
best.
I might eventually give in. I don't know.
You you better.
You-
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's the only way you can stop him from complaining.
yeah. Some our friends hard to keep a good man down. Yeah, that's true. It is hard to keep a good man down. I want to get my mom's chicken house done, so I got to get out there and work on that and
Oh,
do some more videos.
I'm so excited about the chickens laying for you.
Yeah, yeah. I've been watching, and I went down there last night. Do the evening chores and set the chicken house up. So the coon don't get in there at night and stuff, and keep the cold out, I guess. But I went down there and my eyes, oh wow, an egg. And then I picked it up as a small one, so I knew it was from one of your hens that you gave me. I was so excited. I thought, oh yes, I can do a video on this. So yeah.
So, are you gonna eat the roosters, or what are you gonna do with the roosters?
I've never eaten them. Oh, well, I have when I was a kid. We used to butcher. I always get an abundance of roosters because I always hatched chickens out. And I always butchered them when I was a kid. We did. My mom would boil them, make homemade noodles or whatever, or bake them in the oven for a long time so they're tender. But
Pressure can them.
yes, I don't know. I'm thinking about I I I like my chickens. I hate getting rid of any of them, even the roosters. But I should take something maybe to the venison sale barn and sell them.
There
They
you
bring
go.
good. They bring good money over there sometimes. Some of them chickens will bring $8 or $10 a piece.
Well, if how many chickens do you have?
I think right at 19
Well, that's close
altogether.
for 2 roosters.
Yeah, but I had four others before them. I have like
So now
one
you have
third
6
roosters
roosters?
and 2/3 chicken hens.
Well, they'll start saddlebacking them, and it'll be
Yeah,
bad on the hens. They'll stress them out, and then they won't wanna lay.
I know. That's why I said. And seeing your out of your chickens, two of them I just realized were roosters just recently.
Well,
And
I kept 4 of the little babies and
yeah,
sent you the older ones.
yeah,
Well, 3 of those 4 are roosters.
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah,
"Damn."
two of them that I got from you, that darker colored one, and one of them, the white lighter ones, the white ones that look, it actually looks like a leghorn, or at least part leghorn. That one's a rooster. So
Well,
I'm thinking about maybe getting. Uh, well, I gotta check because Cassidy has some younger chickens that I had hatched out. Were probably about the same age as the ones you gave me. Out of them chickens, I don't know if any of them are roosters. I'm gonna see if none of them are roosters. I might take one or two of them and put in with them chicks that she has, or them young chickens she has. Otherwise, I'll probably take some to the Denison sale barn because I don't need 6 roosters there in that chicken house.
no. It'll stress out your hens for sure.
Either that or I'll make it. Oh, the cat's doing good.
Yeah, he's doing good. His leg's a lot better.
That's good. Heidi asked me about that. Wonder if the cat's doing better with his leg after it got hurt, and I said I don't know, I haven't heard.
Yeah, he's doing good. He got fixed. So,
He don't climb up on top of the shed no more.
Yeah, he
He
learned to
learned his
stay
lesson
down, huh?
there.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he's doing good. So we were gonna butcher Bryan today, and I just after working all week, I'm over it.
Right.
Taking a day off.
What's the temperature today?
It's a little chilly. It's
50s.
50s,
Oh,
but it's supposed
50s?
to get 75 this week. High of 75 all
I
week.
wish it was 50s here. The wind's blowing, so it feels colder. It's like 30. I think they said it's 38 and feels like 30 degrees or something because the wind's blowing a little bit. The weather just popped up in
Oh,
the
I'm so
70s for
glad I don't have to
2 weeks.
deal with that.
Tomorrow is supposed
Yeah.
to be like 41 or something like that. It don't feel bad if the wind won't blow, but when the wind blows, it feels cold.
Mhm.
That was the problem yesterday. The wind was blowing.
It's windy today. No, we're doing good. I sent you a package too. I wanted to tell
Sent
you
me a
that.
package.
Friday, so it should be Monday or Tuesday.
I'll have to be watching for it.
It's for yeah, for you and Heidi.
Okay. Heidi just said today, believe it or not, she says, we got to go to town. She said, maybe Monday. She says, I got to get some more stuff together and send to Denny and Kate. And I said, oh, okay. She just said that just a little bit ago because I was laying there on the bed and she was on her phone. And I was just laying on the bed trying to relax because my shoulders hurt so bad. And she says, I got to send Denny and Kate some stuff. We got to go to Sioux City on Monday and get her some stuff. And I was like, whatever.
Well, you don't have to send us anything. I'm sending you stuff back from the last
Yeah.
time.
Well, she's planning on sending me something. So,
But
yeah, I think she said Monday she's going. But anyhow,
well, you need to take some medicine and get better.
yeah,
It'll make you feel better in the long run.
Heidi's trying to. Well, she was messaging Brenda up there at Castaic, our friend Brenda and Dennis, and they want us to come up tonight. I don't know if the kids. Well, the daughter's in college, and the son he goes to school in Sioux City, so he stays in Sioux City with his grandma all the time. But he comes home on the weekends. But I don't know if he's there or not. But he so Brenda said, "Come up tonight today if you guys aren't doing anything." And Heidi says, "Well, Brian's outside with Logan doing chores. This is earlier." Said, "I don't know what he has planned." I just told her I plan on working on Mom's chicken house so I can get some of that done, even though my shoulder's hurting. And anyway, she said, "Well, come up later. We'll have some snacks and stuff like Super Bowl type snacks. I don't know, chips and cheese dip and little smokies or something. I don't know. But anyways, they want us to come up later tonight or this late afternoon, early evening or whatever. So we might go up there. But other than
Well,
that, Really ain't doing nothing.
Oh, and we figured out the thing with the trout fishing because remember I told you I was going
Oh
trout
yeah,
fishing? What you do is when you gut them, there's a blood vessel that runs on their spine,
okay,
and it must be their kidney, like it must be the main artery that goes to their kidney. You've got
yeah.
to scrape that out and wash it really good, and they don't have a fishy taste to them.
Huh.
So
Did you
they were
did you catch?
delicious.
Oh, you caught some?
I didn't catch any, but Chris caught some.
Yeah,
So and they, you you don't skin them. You take a knife and you rake their scales off,
yeah,
and then you cut their guts out and chop their head off,
yeah.
and then you scrape that on their. It's like up in the fish on the backbone. You've got to
Right,
scrape that out, and then you wash them real good, and you bread them, and then you put them in and you pan fry them
right.
with the
My
fins and
dad,
all.
my dad, my dad cooked them up that we had eaten. We'd gone to. I'm trying to remember where it was at. It was when he lived in Missouri, when he was still alive. We lived down in Cassville. I think we'd gone somewhere where they actually had a trout pond where you could fish, and then they'd clean them for you, and they cleaned them, and then we brought them home, and he cooked them up. And I'm not a fish fan myself, anyhow, but I didn't like. They were even worse when I ate them. So, but my dad fried them up. And we ate them one morning, and it was like, I ate some
No,
of it, but I just didn't care for it.
they weren't fishy at all. It's
Yeah.
that that blood vessel on that backbone is what I've
Right.
heard is what the
Oh,
um, but yeah, I pan. That's the first time I ever had a fish fried that way with fins and all.
yeah,
But you just fry it and then you flip it over and you fry it and then the meat you can tell when you like take the tongs and you pick the tail of the fish up and you
yeah.
lift up a little bit, the meat will just separate from the bone.
Right,
And that's when it's done. If you overcook it, then you got bones in your food or
right.
in the meat. Really good. I'm Denny don't like fish, but
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm not
I'm
a
not a
big
fish
fish
fan.
person, but
Like that,
it
what
was
we
good.
ate at the fish nest. Now that fish was good. I'll eat that fish once in a while. That breaded fish at those restaurants once in a while. But I'll eat a little bit of it, and that's about it. But
Well, there
otherwise,
ain't nothing like fresh
and I
from
don't
the
care for
line to the pan.
fish sticks. I never have or fish sandwich like at McDonald's or even yeah,
No.
even
Sure.
as a kid. Even as a kid in elementary school when they'd make fish sticks, I never ate them.
No.
I ate the butter sandwich that they always had in the fruit cocktail, or not the fruit cocktail, but like fruit. If they had fruit, I'd eat the butter sandwich and the fruit, and the fish went in the trash. Unless one of my friends wanted to eat it, I never ate the fish sticks.
Mm-mm. No.
Never did like them.
But yeah, when we do butcher, Brian, Micah is gonna smoke the bacon for us.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah, so we got we cut a tree down for him and got that over to him. So he's gonna smoke, and I think I'm gonna try one ham, have him smoke a ham,
Yeah,
and then the rest we're just gonna can it. But
you're canning it.
yeah,
I said to Heidi, I said, too bad they couldn't find somebody if they ground the pork, like had fresh ground pork or sausage. Find somebody that had a freezer, they'd let them store it in. A friend stores your meat in the freezer.
yeah.
Yeah. So you could have like sausage or any of that kind of stuff. But
Well, I could take the sausage and fry it and then can it.
yeah,
But
yeah, you got to do whatever's right for you.
well, it's better than paying an electric bill.
Yeah, I agree.
That's for sure. So, well, I'll let you go. I just thought I didn't know anything about this, and I updated my YouTube app, and it's down there now where you can go live with somebody. So
Yeah,
I thought, well,
I've done a
Brian will go
couple
live with.
lives. I've done a couple lives just by myself, gone on, done a live, and Maybe 2 or 3 of them is all. I do it on my laptop. I'll get my laptop, sit in the living room or something. I've done it, but I've gone on other people's lives with my phone like I am now. I just have my phone and gone on a few of them. Somebody will post the link and then I gone on there and done it. But yeah, once you hit 1,000 subscribers, you can go live. Otherwise, you had to use
Well,
that StreamYard and stuff.
right. Well, this is different. You don't have to. Hey, there's a rock.
Yeah. He said, catch y'all later. See you later, Rock.
But this, you don't even have to have 1,000 subscribers. Did you
Oh,
know
really?
that? Yeah.
Oh, well, I had it before we had to have 1,000 subscribers. So, but
Something new they want. That way, when the end of the earth happens, we can all videotape it. We can all
right.
go live with the world going nuts.
Have you found the boar yet?
No. Well, the stupid thing is, before I got them pigs from you, I researched boars in this area, and there was
Yeah.
some in Hot Springs.
Right.
Well, they're
Just
gone. I can't get a hold of them. I saved the number. The number's disconnected, so I don't know what.
You want me to find you one, bring you one down?
No.
You don't have to.
I can
If you're
find
looking for an
somebody.
excuse to come down, you can come down anytime.
Hey, I don't have to have an excuse to come down. I know where you're at, and I can find your house now.
But
Heidi's
I haven't.
what?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say if Heidi sneezes, that's an excuse to come down. She don't care.
Well, it's supposed to be warm this week. I'm
Yeah,
looking forward to it.
we're supposed to get some
Um,
snow this week.
oh,
I think Tuesday and Wednesday again.
oh, it's supposed to be 75 Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, we're supposed to get some rain though. But
Yeah, no, we're supposed to get snow. I think Tuesday and Wednesday, and it's supposed to get down. Um, I just looked at the weather too. One of the days it gets really cold at night, like real cold. So
yeah,
yeah,
I'm
supposed to
over
be
it.
warmer tomorrow and then yeah, I think it's supposed to be warmer tomorrow and then cold or start getting cold again for a few days. But and chance of
Well,
snow, 50% chance 2 days in a row.
well, take care of your back. Don't do.
Yeah.
Is your mom getting baby chicks or is she getting full grown chickens?
No, I think she's just gonna buy some baby chicks and raise them up to for layers. Probably go to Baumgart's when they start getting their spring chicks and get some kind of egg laying breed. She only wants like 6 chickens though, so I gotta build her that chicken house.
Well,
She
you can
wants
give
one
her a
just
rooster too.
yeah. She wants one just like mine, just like my chicken house. So that's what I'm working on. So, have you seen those 2 videos I started? I built the jig to make them frame the bows and that.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
Denny says you need some longer wood.
Yeah, the board stretchers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Need the board stretcher.
Yeah. I'm using those short 2x4s that I got from our neighbor there quite a while back. I'm ripping them into like 3/8 inch laths, and because I could find some 8 foot 2x4s and rip them into long lath and then not have to splice them. But I'm trying to show people that like you said, use what you have. They're still
Yeah.
usable, and if a guy could go to a construction site in a dumpster, you can find all short pieces of 2x4, lots of times 3, 4, 5 feet long, all day long. You can get a whole bunch of them. You can make a heck of a bunch of chicken houses using that bow frame type system like I'm doing. At least the framing
Yeah.
part of it, and then you got to put something over the top. Either metal siding or something. I'm thinking about maybe running some lath on the outside, spacing them apart, and putting just roof shingles on there, roofing shingles. Buy a bundle of
Oh,
them, and
that'd be a good
actually,
idea.
yeah, shingle it that way, and then I can put some insulation up on the inside, and then cover it with some heavy plastic that I have or something. I haven't really decided yet. I called my mom because I think she's wanting me to build this as cheap as I can, meaning not spend any money on it, because she
Right.
knows I'm good at that. But I have the material to build her one exactly like mine. I have some sheet metal left, which I actually want that for another project of mine. So if I use up all my free material that I have and give it away to her, then I'm screwed. I'll have to go and either scrounge and hunt for some more, wait until I come across something to do my own projects, or else I'll have to go purchase something. I don't like spending money on that stuff, especially when I get that stuff over time for free.
Yeah.
My son did tell me yesterday he knows a guy that works for uh, a local business that puts up the metal buildings. I ain't gonna say the brand, but anyways, he might be able to get some of the metal panels cut off pieces and such when they put up them buildings. So my
That would
son
be
just told me
good.
that last night, but I'm not gonna count my eggs until they're hatched. Wait until he comes through with getting me some of that tin. But I'm hoping that he can. And the guy asked him, did it matter what color they were or anything? He said, it don't matter. It can always be painted, and I don't care if it's colorful chicken house or not. As long as it keeps the water and snow off the chickens, that's all it needs to do. Who cares what color it is?
Yeah.
But
Well, if she's wanting free, she won't care what it looks like.
That's right.
exactly, that's what I said. So yeah, I told my son, I said, get me some of that metal if you can. I said, I need some for Grandma's chicken house. So hopefully he comes through and gets me some. So we'll see.
How's he like his YouTube channel? Is he still keeping up with it? I haven't seen
My
any
son,
videos lately. Yeah.
yeah, he when he butchered those pigs, that he was putting them out like crazy, putting a bunch of different videos out, like curing his bacon and slicing it and all that stuff.
Yeah, I've
But
been watching it.
yeah, I haven't talked to him lately to see if he's putting out any videos. I don't think he has any since he got done doing that. But
Well, I guess I should go look, but I didn't know if he made it to 100 subscribers yet or not.
I don't think he has, as far as I know. Anyhow, I don't think he has.
Oh.
I
It's
I don't get his
like,
notification all the time, but he'll
well,
ask me, "Did you see my video?" And I'll say
go in there
no.
and make sure.
Yeah, he'll say something about see my video, and I said I don't. I said no, I didn't see get the notification, so then I have to go find his channel and watch his videos and comment. But
Well, I
it's
think it's
funny.
cool.
It's funny. He says, "Why'd you start a YouTube channel? That's stupid." And then he turned around and done it himself. I think he done that because he wanted to be stupid like me.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
apple don't fall far from the tree, does it?
no, he always says stuff is stupid when I do it, and then he's turning around and he finds himself doing the same stuff I'm doing. So
Oh,
I don't
well,
know.
that's kids for you.
Yeah, I told him. I said, it ain't as stupid as you think. I said, once you get into doing it, you'll think, oh, this ain't so bad. And I had
Yeah.
my GoPro camera, and then and I've been doing the YouTube channel for quite a while. And then one day he says, "Hey, can you order me a GoPro?" He says, "Take some of my casino money, the money out of my casino jar, and buy me one." And I think he got the GoPro 8 or something. Mine's the GoPro 7 Black, and here's the GoPro 8 or whatever. I said, sure, and he told me where to go. I don't know if he got his off Amazon. I think he ordered off Amazon. And so I got on there and ordered it for him. And a few days later, he got it, and he told me, I got my camera. And the next thing you know, he's posting a video. And I just shook my head. I thought, oh, that's stupid to have a YouTube channel. And now you're posting videos. But he posted one or two, maybe three, and then he didn't do it for a long time. And then now, just recently, like I said, he just really started posting them like crazy.
Hey,
That's for a
I
short
like
while.
it. I
Yeah,
like the bacon. I've been
yeah.
watching those.
I asked him how that bacon turned out. He said it was awesome. He said that's the best bacon he's made yet. Because he's gone into like meat stores up Sioux City, and like there's Brongers, and there's another one where you can order. Like you just go get pork bellies that you want to cure and make your own bacon. So he'll go up there and get some. Or he has a friend that works at a meat packing plant, or has a friend that has a friend that works at a meat packing plant, and he gets pork bellies really cheap. And just not very often, but every once in a while they can get pork bellies. And so he'll have them get some pork bellies, and he'll cure them. And he said one time he made the bacon, and it was too. What did he say? It was too. Had an awful taste. He said it was too too salty or too peppery or something. I don't know. He didn't like it or didn't have a good flavor. And but he says this, he'd gotten some kind of bacon cure from a place up by Sioux City that you can buy actual equipment to like process meat, like meat grinders and all that kind of stuff, and you can get seasoning and stuff. And he ends up he ended up getting some up there, and he said that's the best cure for it. He said he loved it, and I told him, I said, well, just remember what it is, what flavor or whatever you got. If that's what you like, you want to stick with it. So
All
he
right.
said that bacon turned out great.
I got a comment here. Let me see.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's a few of them.
It says, you guys ever think of keeping bees? I've seen you have the sawmill. Well, we do have bees, but they're not technically our bees. They're
Bee
uh
race.
yeah, they're bee rays. They're our local bee guy. He brought out 4 hives and he keeps them out here and he's kind of mentoring us so that way when we do go to get bees, we'll know a little bit more. And let's see.
I've had
Uh,
bees. I've had bees, but my hives have died off. But my son has a hive yet. If they make it through this winter, I haven't asked him if how they're doing. He was wanting to bring them over to my place because he said they're really aggressive. The hive that he has, they're really aggressive. So he was gonna bring them over and give them to me. Is what he told me here this last fall. So we'll see if he
well,
does, or if he decides to keep them himself. But he'll be out in the garden and they'll
well,
just come
these
up and sting him. He
really.
says they're really aggressive, and they have them out near their garden, but not real close. But they'll be out in the garden doing garden work, and they'll just come up and get stung all the time. And I,
No, these bees aren't. They're not aggressive. Like we can walk right up to them
Walk
and
right up to the hive.
they'll bump you. They'll,
Tell you you're not supposed to be there.
yeah,
but they don't sting.
yeah,
So
mine never been aggressive either. I've had one hive that was kind of aggressive when you got in the hive, but other than that, the rest of them I could stand out in front of the hive. Even the aggressive one,
Yeah.
that was kind of aggressive, I could stand in front of the hive and they never bothered. But once there was one of them I would get in, and it was kind of aggressive once I got in. But his is aggressive. You walk by the hive, they sting you, and he says they'll go over in the garden and sting you when you're in the garden. So this last fall, he said, I'm thinking about bringing that hive up to your place and let you have them. He says, they're too aggressive. He says, that the kids go out there
well,
and riding their bike or something, they get stung. And
are they a wild bee?
no, he bought the package. There's a guy that um, he gets them from another bee company. He gets a shipment in the spring, usually about towards the end of March, first part of April, usually when they get them. And he sells them every year. He's a local guy that lives down in Onawall, but he sells them, and that's where I've always gotten mine. And this last year, my son got a high or got one package of bees, and they're aggressive. He had a package a year, 2 years before, 2 years before that, I guess, and they were fine, you know. But this last year, the package he got, they were aggressive.
Mike said, "Wait till they're full of honey, and then they'll really have something to fight for."
Yeah, my son,
Well,
he got the honey out of the hive this last fall, you know. He said that was a chore because of them being so dang aggressive. But that's when he said he was
well,
gonna let me have them. But
well, you could put them out somewhere. I mean,
yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. Who knows? He might end up keeping them. He'd talk like he was gonna bring them, give them to me. He thought about requeening the hive, thinking that might help, but I don't know. Somebody told him if I wouldn't help it, they'll still be aggressive. But who knows?
I don't know anything about aggressive bees. I guess I'd be doing a little more research though, so you could find out.
Right? Hey, I'm gonna show you my oak tree. You know the acorns I brought home? I
Oh
put them in
yeah,
the I put them in the fridge. I done a video a while back, just here a few weeks back, and there's a lot of them, a whole bunch of them that are sprouting. You know, I put them in Ziploc baggies and had them in the bottom of the fridge with a little moisture in there and stuff, and they were sprouting like crazy. Well, I don't know, several months back, I took two of them and put in solo cups, one for my granddaughter and one for me. And I kept an eye on it. It's been in the kitchen window and it was rooting. It was sprouting. The roots were coming out. So I put it in some soil and the darn thing never come up, never come up, never come up. And I, made sure it always had moisture in there and stuff. And I thought, well, it must have died down in there or something. But then one day I come by and I seen it was coming up out of the soil. I'm going to grab it real quick here.
All right.
Right there it is.
Oh,
There's my little
cool.
oak tree.
Well, that's awesome. He's
I'm
really
gonna
grown
take some.
up.
Come this spring though, all them that are sprouting that got roots coming out, some of them roots are real long. I'm just going up my pasture. I got some areas up my pasture where old trees were. The smaller ones are dead, and then there's some elm trees I'm gonna cut down, and then I'm gonna plant a bunch of oak trees up on the north or southeast corner of my property. Actually, I'm gonna
Well,
plant
you
some
could,
up there.
yeah,
What?
plant them and then don't cut the tree down until they get established and then cut the tree down.
Oh, the elm trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike says, I'm burning my wood stove thinking of your tree.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a nice little tree. I was proud of that. I asked my son here, I don't know, a month ago. I said, "How's Charlotte's little tree going? Going? Is it growing or anything?" He says the cat got into it. He said, "Yeah, it
Oh,
was, but the cat got into it or something. I don't know." And I said, "Well, mine's not coming up yet, and it hadn't." And then here, just I don't know, several weeks back, I happened to notice it was up. I thought, "Dang, my tree's growing." So then I told my son my tree's finally growing, and it's grown quite a bit just in the last week. It's probably got another inch and a half taller in the last week. It's really growing.
that, that's awesome.
So
Yeah, I agree, Heidi. Wood heat is the best.
yeah, wood heat is the best. I'm wanting to get that loft apartment built over there in my Morton building. I haven't really talked about that on my YouTube videos, but that'll be one of them projects everybody will get a watch as I progress in that. Once the warm weather comes and I can auger holes in the ground and stuff. Set some posts in there and get the framing of the floor done for that loft. I was going to put everything up above. The kitchen is just going to be one big long apartment basically, like. But now I'm going to put a kitchen down below with a creek dirt floor. I'm going to till up the floor of the. It's going to be half the length of the upstairs, so it's going to be 14 feet deep and 18 feet long. And then there'll
Wow,
be
that'll be
steps.
huge.
Yeah, that's just going to be the kitchen. It'll be kind of like an eat-in kitchen off a table. I'll have that barrel, those oak barrels that I'm making that table out of. That'll be in that kitchen. I'm going to put that oak table in there,
That'll
and
be cool.
I'm going to till up the dirt and mix concrete or bags of cement mix in with it. Tamp it down, pack it down, and then wet it down. You got to wet it down for 3 days. Keep it damp for 3 days, so it slowly cures. But it's one of those things I
Are
come
you
across
gonna
on
add dye
YouTube.
to it?
Nope, it's just going to be the natural dirt color with the concrete mixed in with it.
Donna,
Just to
you're
create.
not late. This was just a pop-up live.
But anyways,
Sorry.
I'm going to put a dirt floor, the creek dirt floor in the kitchen, and then upstairs, of course, it'll have just a wood floor of some sort.
That'll be
And
cool.
I got that metal building across the road there over on the DNR ground that I still get to tear down. It has all that corrugated tin that's rusting, starting to rust. That's a teen. I'm going to use that, and I get that tore down. I'm going to use that to line the ceiling and part of the walls in the upstairs. I got some
Well,
ideas on that.
we brought down from the corn crib that same kind of corrugated metal,
Yeah,
and the one side was rusted, but when you flipped it over, it was like not rusted at all.
right.
So maybe
I
when you
like
get
the
it off,
I like the rust though. I like that rustic
well,
look. I like the rust, so that's going to be exposed.
yeah.
I'm going to
Oh,
tear. I'm going to tear that thing down, and I'm actually for the kitchen walls or for the walls downstairs in the kitchen. You remember I talked about maybe having Denny cut me some of that cedar for the siding? I'm
Yeah.
thinking down there in that kitchen area. I've always wanted to do cordwood. You know how they take cordwood and cement and actually build a wall out of cordwood. I'm wanting to cordwood the kitchen area. I want to use
Oh,
cordwood
that'll
on the
be cool.
walls. And then the upstairs, I don't know. Then I might have to have Denny cut me some cedar slabs to for the siding, like you guys done on your bathhouse or whatever, your bath and shower. Use some of
Yeah.
that cedar. I might have to have Denny cut me some of that.
Yeah. Mike says when you're thrifty, it's amazing with a little imagination what you can repurpose and reuse.
Yeah, repurpose stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm too
That's what
poor to
our little place is built on is
Everything's repurposed.
look what Heidi says. He's a man with lots of plans. LOL.
Heidi's like, forget that, we're moving south.
Yeah, I do have a lot of plans. It's hard to get it all done in just one man. I
Yeah.
got Logan to come
Well,
up and help me. We was gonna work on the chicken house today, Grandma's chicken house, and hadn't even got chores done. Here come his mom, and I said to him, I said, "Well, you leaving?" He said, "Well, yeah, Mom's here to get me." And I said, "Well, you tell her to bring you back after lunch." He wanted to go home and eat lunch. And I said, "You eat lunch here with Grandma and Grandpa." "No, I want to go home." And then uh, he ended up taking off, and I said something about coming back so he could help me. And he says, "Oh, I probably got to go to Omaha with Chris." I said, "You don't have to go to Omaha with Chris because I think his mom's planning on going to visit a friend, and his stepdad Chris was going to Omaha for something. I think going to Bass Pro or something, shopping for fishing lures and stuff. Fishing season's coming, and he wants to go buy a bunch of stuff, I think." So Logan used the
well,
excuse he had to get with Chris, and I said, "No, you can come back up here and help Grandpa." Is what I told him. Things my shoulders hurt, and I was going to have him be my little gopher and help me build that framing for that chicken house.
yeah. Well, you know how it is when you're a kid.
Yeah, he did help me fill all the water containers and stuff this morning without doing chores. Got that done.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, he's pretty good help when I can get him to come up and help me. But
Well, I got one that lives here that don't want to do nothing, so
yeah,
uh, it feels like it's getting colder out.
Mhm. I went and got a jacket.
Ooh.
got the wood stove going.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we
Yeah,
just don't get reception in the house, so we come out to the picnic table
yeah.
and the chickens here. I'll show you. The chickens are thinking we're gonna feed them. They're
Yep.
trying to get. They keep circling around saying, "Come feed us."
Yeah.
3 o'clock yet?
I don't know here.
2:30.
2:33.
I suppose I can feed them early.
Yep, I'm getting cold.
I'll have to look for a pig for you, a boar.
Yeah, that's all right, Donna. She's at her keyboard being sassy. I don't know. I just can't believe they're gone. I mean, because
Right.
that was the whole point before I agreed to getting those pigs is to make sure I could get a pig here. And
Right.
then I went to look, and the closest one I found was in Virginia, and I'm like, I'm not driving to Virginia.
Did you see my short video I just posted this morning?
Hi, Tony.
Hey Tony.
Uh, you're
I
short.
I just I
What?
just posted a short mean pig. It's my potbelly pig across the road. I could bring you him if I could get him loaded up, but he's mean. He'll
No,
eat you alive.
no, I don't want a mean pig.
I ain't kidding you. He scares the heck out of me.
Hey, Twin Book, how are you? No, I don't want a mean pig.
He'd make a good breeding hog, used to breed that pig of yours.
Well, see, I need to find a boar that's friendly because Heidi is so skittish. I'm afraid that if she raises the pigs, if they're not friendly, I won't be able to mess with them.
Yeah.
Yes,
All
we
my,
are cold, Tony. It got cold. It was nice this morning, but it's the temperature's dropping. And we're outside so we can get reception.
all of my pigs are pretty tame. Even the one that's kind of a little flighty. I was scratching her today. She's calmed way down.
See, we still can't touch them. They'll
Oh yeah,
come up to us. Like if you especially if you bring a bucket out, they're like right
They're on
there.
it, yeah.
Yeah, but for you to
I
touch them,
I can even scratch my boar and get him to lay down, and let me scratch his belly. But not my potbelly pig, but my American guinea hog. He'll even lay down, and let me scratch his belly.
no, not these two. I don't know why, but we've sat in the pen with them. We've the biggest thing that we could do was they'd take eggs out of our hand. That's the
Yeah,
closest we got to them.
yeah. No, my pigs, I can scratch their bellies and get them to lay down. All of them.
Well,
Yep, every
Donna,
one
these
of
are a
them.
little bit better pigs because they're so little. They're a littler pig. They're not like a 600-pound pig, but Brian's definitely ready to be butchered. We just haven't. I gotta get the motivation up, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe I'll send my son down. He'll help you. He likes butchering them pigs. He had
Yeah.
fun doing his here a few weeks back when he done them too. Him and his friend. Of
Well,
course,
we
he's
were
bringing
gonna.
us.
Yeah, Denny made some scrapers, and we were talking about dipping it and scraping it, but I don't have a barrel big enough to dip him in.
That's what my son wants to do. He says next time I'm scraping my hogs. He said I wanted to this time, but he says I don't have a tank big enough. But actually, I have a big stainless tank that's big enough for these hogs to dip them in. But
Yeah.
we use it for the we was using it for the horse tank until he brought the horse tank over, and then now I throw their hay in it when I feed them their hay, so it's not on the ground. Well, they have a big round big round bale they're eating off, but I throw them alfalfa every day, and I throw it in that tank. But that tank's it's a stainless tank, heavy stainless tank. It'd be perfect for putting a fire underneath it and everything, and scald them in that and scrape them.
Oh
So
yeah. Well, we even talked about boiling water and pouring it on them and scraping them that way, but I just I think it'd just be better to skin it this time until I can
yeah,
get a system up to dip him. But Denny made some really cool. I brought home a piece of hickory handle,
yeah.
and he cut out some round tin and made a pig scraper. So
You know what's crazy is when I work. You know when I was working for my brother at the salvage yard, I used to get a lot of stuff to come in. A lot of stuff I knew what it was, and other times I'd see something like, "Gosh, what is this?" And believe it or not, I know what they were now. They're hog scrapers, but sometimes people would be cleaning out their grandpa passed away or somebody like that, or an uncle passed away, and they're cleaning out their old corn crib or their garage, and they just bring buckets of nails and bolts, and sometimes there'd be screws, or not screws, but miscellaneous tools like some odd end sockets and stuff like that. And there's a bunch of sockets in there if you want them. So I'd be digging through that stuff, and saving it, taking it up to our shop. Well, one time there were some scrapers in there. They're brand new. I'm looking at them things. And I thought, gosh, I've seen them before, but I wasn't sure what they was. Had no clue. And I know I set them off to the side, and plan on saving them, and that they probably end up back in the scrap pile. But I don't know. Here some time ago, I was watching them scraping hogs, and I seen them. I thought that's what those things were. But I know I don't have them because I left them at the salvage yard. But they were
yeah.
brand new scrapers, and in a bucket with like some miscellaneous tools and stuff. And there's like 5 or 6 of them, brand spanking new. And I wished I had them now because my son wants to scrape his hogs next time when he butchers his.
Well, have him make some. They're really simple to
Yeah,
make.
I've seen different guys make them, and I can make them myself, But I forget what the ones I seen. They had a little round disc, and it was kind of cupped, and I don't know where they got it, but that's all it is, like a little round cupped disc, like, and then they
What'd you cut
drill
yours
holes
out
in the
of?
center of it and put it on a
Roofing,
handle.
roofing tin, heavy tin.
He just cut out
Yeah,
a roofing tin. But the way you sharpen it is where the burr comes from to scrape.
yeah, yeah.
So, hello, the NTD show.
Yeah, I'll have to get on Craigslist and see if I can find some guinea hogs or American guinea hogs or some coon pigs or something smaller breed like that for a boar. Find somebody that has one.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping we're not too late, but all we can do is try.
Yeah, yeah. I'll
But I'm
get on
pretty
there later today and see what I can find.
yeah, that'll give you a good excuse to come down.
Like I said, I don't have to have an excuse. You would have showed me the burgers. Say, hey, we're cooking these pork burgers. Come down and get a bite. I'd been in the car driving down there.
They were good.
They
Well,
look
uh, I mixed the garlic rub in them, and
good. Yeah.
then I cooked them, and then I put that Dorothy Lynch uh
Seasoning.
seasoning on top, and like we were talking about roasting chicken or barbecue chicken where you let it get tacky. Oh, it was really good. Hog feed, we use creep pellets. Um, it's not really a hog feed. It's
Cattle feed.
it's cattle feed, and it's $12.50 a 50-pound bag. So yeah, it is kind of expensive, but it's cheaper than
Corn.
yeah.
And,
Well,
well,
and
oh, go ahead.
American guinea hogs, don't really care for grain. They
No,
really
they,
like hay better.
they like grass. That's like when I feed mine in the summertime. Like I've thrown corn in with my American guinea hogs, and they'll eat it, but they just kind of act like they're picking at it, like they're really not hungry.
Yep.
But you go and take some fresh grass clippings and throw in there, they're fighting each other
Let's
over the
fight
grass
over it.
clippings. They just go nuts over it. It's amazing how they act.
Yeah.
But they will. I'll throw corn in there and they'll just root around. They'll root around in the dirt before they really eat it, the corn. And they'll be maybe take a little bite and not act hungry at all. And I'll rake up some grass clippings I just mowed and throw in there right next to the corn. And man, they're fighting over it. They're literally like biting each other and pushing each other away, trying to eat that grass. They love that grass. So yeah,
Yeah.
if you get fresh grass clippings, like if there's a lawn
Okay.
service, you know, mows yards for a living and can get that grass throw in there, they do good on grass or any type of vegetation. Cut the weeds or anything.
Yeah, blur that out.
My pigs, if it, somebody, I noticed somebody said something about pig feed being expensive. My wife works at a bean plant, and a lot of you that are on here know this because I post videos all the time. But the truck drivers come out and they'll pull along Shoulder Road and empty their hoppers, open them up, and there's still beans in there. And they dump it out on the ground, and I just go over to the bean plant and scoop up beans. I just went um, Wednesday, I think it was. Wednesday evening, I went and ended up getting 4 feed sacks clear full, a protein tub clear full, which is equal to 3 feed sacks, and then I had about 2 5-gallon pails worth, and I still didn't get all the beans that was laying there. I found 3 other great big piles that they had dumped on the other going out of that plant the other direction up the other highway. So I need to go over today or tomorrow and scoop up them other piles I seen. But I don't buy
Yeah.
any feed for my pigs. I never have. I've always been able to find corn that the farmers spill in the fields in the fall during harvest, and then I go over to the bean plant and get bean meal and soybeans, and that's what I feed my hogs, and they do
Well,
good.
I trade eggs for round bales of hay and feed, and then we buy creep pellets, which is it's hay and there is some corn mixed in with it.
Right.
But we're not as lucky as you, but I'm glad I don't have your weather.
You're right. There's a trade-off. See, I
Yeah.
got crappy weather, but I'm able to get free corn and beans. Just like I seen that corn here the other day. I done that video out by the interstates on the on ramp there at Whiting and scooped up all that corn.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what the deal was there. If somebody was a little overloaded and emptied the hopper, or what the heck happened. But there was a big mess of it. But I end up getting
Well, and that's before it's processed too. Like I could get chicken feed already processed from like
yeah,
when they deliver it to the chicken barns, they have to clean out their hoppers, but I don't know what's in it, so I really don't wanna buy it or,
Right,
get it. It's free, but I don't want it if I don't know what's in it.
right,
Yeah, most of that's all medicated.
Yeah, they put
right.
stuff in there.
That's whenever I buy the chick starter. When I've hatched out chickens, I go to Baumgart's and I get the non-medicated chick starter.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't. A lot of people buy that medicated stuff, but just like I won't take my ibuprofen and stuff because I don't like taking it myself. So why would I expect my chickens to do it? You know what I mean?
Right. I know. But sometimes you need to give in.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
my neck.
see you're all stiff-necked there.
I am. My right. It's this shoulder right here, boy. And it goes up into my neck and my head. And I had a headache all day yesterday because of it. But my head ain't pounding like it was yesterday. But boy, my neck's still stiff on this side, and it goes down in my shoulder.
Well, Heidi says tell him.
Yeah.
Well, do some yoga, that'll help. Stretch it out.
Yeah. My wife probably figures she just slapped me upside the head once or twice, probably straightened me out. I don't know.
Mm,
She's been working
sometimes.
all week, 2 to 10, but she's off the next 3 days. Has to go back to work Tuesday, but off today, tomorrow, and Monday. So, and Monday she said she was gonna go buy you some stuff and send it to you. So,
Well, I
Could
go
you-
back to, 10-hour days, uh, 28th,
28.
February
28.
28th.
So then you're
Yeah,
gonna be home on Fridays.
yep,
Then we'll know when to start coming down and visiting again. We have 3 day weekend.
right. Well, I can't believe they switched this early because normally we wait until the time change, but
Right.
I don't know. That's what they told us,
Hmm.
so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that'll be nice.
Yeah, I like having 3-day weekend.
Have that extra day. You're right.
Yeah, but it'll be dark when I go to work and dark when I come home, but only for a little while.
Right.
So,
The days are getting longer. I can tell that. Before, heck, it
yeah,
was dark here by 5 o'clock, and now it's 6:30, quarter to 7 or so before it starts really getting dark or start to get dark.
our chickens have been laying anywhere from 12 to 17 eggs a day.
Jeez.
Yeah,
My daughter's been getting like 7. A couple days she's got 9 when it's got had some warmer days, but she's down to like 7 to anywhere from 7 to 9 a day.
how many
And
chicks does she have?
she's got probably as many as you. I don't know, quite a few. Well, plus she's got the young ones that haven't started laying yet, and I think she's got like let's see, what was it? About 15 of them of the young ones, I think, 15 or 16. But I don't know how many of the young ones are roosters yet. So I haven't been down there to look at them to see if I can figure out how many are roosters or not. Hopefully they're all hens. She's got people knocking at her door wanting eggs all the time, but she gets 7 or 8, 9 a day. She has them sold before she ever gets them.
Yeah. Oh, people at work have been wanting me to sell eggs, and I'm like, I'll give them to you when I got extra, but I ain't selling them.
Yeah,
It's just not worth the hassle because if I get a animal attack and I lose a bunch, then they're gonna be wanting eggs, and I don't know. It just ain't worth it to me.
Heidi or Cassie's been selling her eggs, and then they were laying really good. Earlier in the fall, early winter or late fall, and summer and stuff. They were laying like crazy. And then Wyatt's taekwondo instructor found out that she had chickens, and he says, "I want 4 dozen every week. Bring him 4 dozen." So she was bringing him 4 dozen every week, and then of course that was fine because she was getting plenty of them. And she had another guy that bought like 2 or 3 dozen every week from her, and then there's a few odd people that get a dozen here and there. Well, then all of a sudden they got into winter, and then they started slowing way down. And then it's like, well, you'll get a dozen this week, and you're gonna get a dozen this week. So now she picks and chooses who gets them, and because she don't get that many right now. But
Yeah, see, yeah,
come the
that's what I
spring, they'll
do.
start laying again.
It's just better to give them away because then that
Yeah,
way you don't have to worry about it.
Well, when mine was laying, that's what our friend Doug and Vic, they live down in Arnwall. I give them eggs, and then Denny and Brenda, we give them eggs. They're in Castine, and we'll give them eggs when we had them. But now mine aren't laying until yesterday. I got that one, but when I go visit them, maybe I should take them that one egg and say, "Here, this is all I got. My chicken laid." They want us to come over later today, so we might go over there. But I should take them that one egg because it's been a while since I've gotten any. But Heidi goes to work and her boss brings them to work. Well, the women that work in the lab with her, they're all afraid of farm fresh eggs. They, oh no, our eggs come from the store. They won't take them home. And her boss brings in the plant manager. He brings in like 18 packs at a time and brings in two or three of them at a time. And Heidi don't want to be greedy and take them all, so she'll leave them in there for a couple days. And then when nobody else takes them, then she'll finally just take them all home. And she'd
Hey,
gotten some
SB
last.
Mountain Man says, hey.
Oh, yep, he's on here. Oh, Heidi
Oh,
said hi. Okay.
big dreams, tiny budget.
Yeah, but or Heidi here a week ago, a little over a week ago, I think it was like on a Wednesday or something. Heidi brought home two 18 packs that was in the fridge, and then come Friday there was two more. The boss brought in two more, and I said, "Would you bring them home?" I said, "Mom could always use some eggs," and she says, "No, so I'll wait till Monday. When I go back Monday, if any of them are there, I'll bring them home." Well, she went back on Monday, and one of the 18 packs somebody had taken, but the other one was still there. So she brought it home, gave it to my mom.
Why do you think they're afraid of farm fresh eggs?
Because they're city folk. They're city folks. They don't. Their eggs come from the store.
Afraid to crack it open, there'll be a chicken in there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Some people
That's
are
just
just goofy in a
I
different
don't.
manner, you know. I mean, I'm goofy, but not like that. You
Well,
know what
we're
I
all.
mean?
I
Yeah,
don't know. That's
exactly. That's
what's
what I
kind of
say. But
strange
well, that's
because
like
they
her
aren't
one
smart.
coworker. That one coworker of hers, they used to be best friends, and she wouldn't eat no meat from like I had always had pigs and butchered hogs, and her husband he would help me butcher hogs, and he'd eat deer meat and eat pork, you know, when we butcher it and stuff. And she would, oh, that's gross. My meat comes from the store. Well, it's the same stuff. It just didn't get sold at the sale barn and take the meat packing plant. The only difference is we're butchering it ourselves, and she wouldn't eat it. It took her a long time before she'd ever eat it. Well, finally, he'd gotten some hogs, started raising them, and then butchered them. Well, then finally, she gave in and started eating the meat. She realized it tasted the same and actually better because it's homegrown. But she still won't eat the farm fresh eggs, and
That's just
she won't drink like I used to have goats and milk goats out. She wouldn't drink that goat's milk either. Nope, my milk comes from the store. You know, she'll go to the store and buy a gallon of milk, but she won't
Water.
drink.
Down the water.
what are they
Yeah,
gonna do when the store's not there?
exactly. That's what I said. But
I
they'll be
mean,
come knocking on our door saying, "Hey, do you got any of this or do you got any of that?"
right? And says because they think the FDA is trustworthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Yeah, like the FDA that approves red dye, red 40 dye that gives our children hyperactivity. Oh, there's so much
Yeah,
crap with the FDA. Ugh.
yeah, yeah. I was just seeing something today, and somebody saying something about they approving something, you know, like the FDA and stuff approving, and I thought you can't get me to use that stuff. I don't care, you know. I'll take a chance on me saying something's good for me before I'm gonna listen to somebody else saying something's bad for me. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
Well, they approve stuff you can't even pronounce. Come on now.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff that I do that's not FDA approved, but there's stuff that they approve that I wouldn't be caught dead doing.
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. There's a lot of stuff that I was like, oh, you say that's okay for you, but I call it
Yeah.
bullcrap. You know?
She says
Yeah.
they prove what they're paid to approve. That's
That's
probably
it.
right.
That's it right there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
I
But
agree. Now,
it,
now this is gonna go. This is gonna probably go against some of your guys' beliefs, but you know when I worked at my brother's salvage yard, and well, I've worked for him several times, but the last time it was like about a 6.5 year stretch. And the whole 6.5 years there, I was the only employee that was never sick, never caught a cold, never caught the flu, bronchitis, nothing, not sick one time. And I went out and I dug through people's junk, and sometimes you'd end up like that cars would come in and they looked like some bums actually lived in the cars. I mean, there was food trash, McDonald's wrappers, half-eaten cheeseburger, fish sandwich, stuff like that. I handled it with my bare hands, threw stuff around because I'd get in the cars and dig around. And you find good stuff like jewelry, money, different things like that, pocket knives, tools. So I always dug around the cars before we ever smashed them to haul them out for scrap. Well, I'd go in at lunchtime, sit down, and eat my bologna sandwich and potato chips, and never wash my hands once. I was just building up my immunity. I dig around in the dirt. You'd find coins laying on the ground that might have fallen out of a car. I always rip the seats up, and if you ever getting something underneath them seats, or old nasty French fries and half sucked on candy like M&Ms or
Jolly
uh,
Ranchers. Or,
Jolly Ranchers, stuff like that. Just nasty stuff. But there was always money underneath them seats, change. And I was pull up the back seat and dig underneath the seats. And I mean, I touched all kinds of crap, germs all over, and I just go in, sit down, and eat my bologna sandwich with my bare hands. My hands just look nasty as heck, and people's like, "You don't wash your hands for what?" I'm just eating my sandwich. It's like, "Well, your hands are pretty gross." I said, "That's all right. It builds up my immunity." And the whole time I worked there, I never was sick one time. And and I'm the same way here. I go out and do my chores. I do my hog chores. I feed my chickens. I come in. I'll sit down and eat a sandwich and not even wash my hands. My wife will say, "Aren't you gonna wash your hands? It hasn't killed me yet." And I just keep eating.
Eat more dirt.
It keeps you healthy, and
Well,
and
when I
that's
have to work at the rest area and clean the bathrooms, I wear gloves. I'm sorry, but I'm not.
oh, I would for something like that if I actually go and clean toilets, any of that stuff. I'd clean it, but the natural dirt, like germs from chickens or pigs or any of that stuff, that don't bother me. Or even digging around, like I said, digging around them old cars or at the salvage yard, my brother's salvage yard, never bothered me a bit, never phased me.
just
But otherwise,
don't eat the Jolly Rancher though.
yeah, I just didn't eat the stuff, but I touched it, moved it out of the way to get that dime or that penny, you know.
Yeah,
Do chicken.
all right. Then he's
And
gonna
I
feed chickens.
and I've always stayed healthy. Other than like my aches and pains now, but as far as actually coming down with something really bad. Here several weeks back, I thought I was getting a sore throat. It really never did amount to anything. It just felt scratchy for like 3 or 4 days, but otherwise I was fine.
Don't eat the floor candy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I don't wash my hands a lot, but after certain things like cleaning a public restroom, I have to wear gloves. But they're nasty. I mean, people, I'm sorry. I know there's a bunch of different people, but they shit everywhere. They shit all over the
Oh
toilet seat. It's gross. I'm like, I walked in one day and there was a turd on the floor, and I'm like, how do you poop on the floor? Gross.
yeah. You don't sit on the toilet. That's how you do it.
Well, it almost looked like it rolled down the guy's britches or something. I mean, I kind of felt bad. And I'm like, why didn't you get some toilet paper and pick it up and put it in the toilet? Why'd you just leave it for somebody to step in?
Maybe he did. Maybe he shook it down his pant leg or something, didn't he?
I don't know. I don't
You know,
know. People are weird.
they are. And this is what gets me is I'm not afraid to eat with my dirty hands. But I'll tell you what grosses me out and just irks me. I'll go to different places, like I've been to the casinos and stuff, and go and use the restroom. If I pee or whatever, I'm washing my hands with soap and water. But you see so many grown ASS men walk in there and urinate, or even go and use the toilet, and they get up and they walk right out without washing their hands. Really? I was like, that just irks me.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I go to the bathroom and I wash my hands when I'm done. But like I said, I'll go do my chores and I'll eat after the pigs and the chickens and I'll wash my hands. That don't bother me. But yeah,
Well, sometimes they're cleaner than the damn people themselves.
yeah,
Oh, it's getting so cold out. I'm freezing.
It's cloud cover here for the most part. It looks like sun is trying to peek out, but it's supposed to be mostly cloudy today here. But high of 38, I think is what they said. Tomorrow, like 41.
You're like, shut up, quit complaining about the cold.
Yeah. Well, the breeze, yeah, the wind's still blowing a little bit, I think.
Well, the wind picked up. I think that's what the cold part is.
Big Green's tiny
Says
budget says
64.
64. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was 50 something today. It was really nice this morning. There must be a storm coming in.
If it was 64 here, I'd be outside in a t-shirt. Actually, if it was 50, I'd be outside in a t-shirt.
Yeah, I bet you would.
And
Hopefully, I don't lose you, but I'll come over here while he's feeding the chickens.
when it's in the 40s, I'll take my coat off. I'll have my denim shirt, as you can see I'm wearing now, my denim shirt and t-shirt. I'll be in that when it's in the mid to low 40s outside working, but
Yeah, you see that one blackbird over there, right there?
yeah, walking
That's a
away.
rooster. Yeah. And that one way over there is a rooster. Those are those ones that were littler than the ones you took when you guys were here.
Right.
So I've got to either I've got to cook them up and eat them, or I've got to get rid of them.
Right.
But how many?
Only got 10.
10 today.
Is that one a greenish
17
blue egg
yesterday.
there?
Yeah, one blue egg.
Yeah.
But that rooster DJ right there,
Yeah.
he's an Americana, so he should. I'm hoping when he breeds, he'll throw the blue egg.
You're right.
At the gold mine eggs. We had 17 eggs yesterday.
That's good.
Yeah.
Looking at your chickens there.
Yeah, they're kind of crazy.
I seen Ben's over acre said it was about 39 over the Fort Dodge area. Fort Dodge, Iowa area.
Oh, is she from Iowa?
Apparently, she comments on a lot of, or they comment on a lot of my acres. Ben's over acres does, but
Well, her name.
comment a lot like that. I don't know where a lot of them are from unless I actually click on them and they actually have their address or something. But that's always
Yeah.
nice.
Well,
SD Mountain Man, he's from South Dakota, of course. Him and I, we meet up all the time. Well, I talk to him all the time on the phone. We'll get on the phone and talk for hours.
does he have content?
SD Mountain Man, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, SD Mountain Man. He's the one. Him and his wife, Chris. We meet every few months and go to Texas Roadhouse, eat or some kind of restaurant. I says both he and Bryan are chatters.
Yeah. Yep.
We'll get
Well,
on
that's
the phone.
why
We'll get on the phone and talk for 4 hours. And I never think he was ever going to get off the phone. And I was like, when you don't talk to him but once every couple months or something, I said, you got a lot to catch up on.
right?
But it don't matter if I call him once a week or call him every day or if I call him every few months, we still talk for hours. So
Yeah, this one here, that's my olive egger. She
Yeah.
lays a green egg. I had two, but one died.
CSD Mountain Man just says, I won't forget the first day we met. We went to Texas Roadhouse and we
That's a good
ate.
place.
we went and ate. That was the first time, we met up in Sioux City. We went and ate. And then when we visited after we got done eating for a while in the restaurant, we was like, well, we suppose we better get up and go so somebody else can have our table. Big Dreams said they're headed out. So see you guys later. But
Bye.
anyhow, but we went outside and then we stood there and talked for a while. And it was cold. It started getting colder. Well, then the women's like, I can't stand the cold no more. I'm going to get in the car. So the wives got in the vehicles and started them up, let them warm up. And then me and SD Mountain Man stood there and talked for another 2 hours out in the cold while our wives sat in the vehicles.
Yeah. No, I can't stand the cold. It's even worse now that I'm here and it's warm all the time.
Right. When you climatize yourself to that heat, like when I was went to basic training, I was down in Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri in basic training, and it was just hotter than heck. The whole summer long when I was in basic training. And I come back here to Iowa, and it was in August. I got out of basic training August 1st on my birthday. That's the day of graduation. And I come back home in the evening. I kid you not, in the evening, like on a nice day, when meaning nice for Iowa, it wasn't too hot. It'd be 70 something degrees, and I'd have to go in and get a coat. I was so cold. Everybody looked at me like I was nuts. Like, what are you doing? I said, I'm cold. It's 70 some degrees out. I said, well, when you're used to 120 degrees every day, 100 degrees at night when you're trying to sleep, 70 something degrees is cold.
Yeah,
You know, when
absolutely.
it's when it's 30 something, 40, 50 degrees difference, it's a life changer, man. I'd be cold. It took me about a month before I ever got used to where it felt, oh, it's kind of warm now. I don't need a coat. But when it's
Love
70
you too,
something degrees,
Heidi.
I was putting a coat on.
Bye. Heidi's leaving.
Yeah, she's in the bedroom. I'm sitting here in the kitchen because my phone was dead, like I said, and I plugged it in the charger. And she's like, well, I'll be sure not to come in the kitchen. Didn't want to get caught on camera.
Oh, she just needs to get over it.
That's what I told her.
All right, well, I better get off of here anyway. I got to finish up
Okay.
chores and make supper. But thanks for being a sport and jumping on the spontaneous live.
What are you fixing for supper? Anything good?
I haven't even thought of that yet. I got to
Well,
come up with something.
we're gonna go up to our friends up there in Cascade, Brenda and Denny's, and I don't know what they're having. They just said Super Bowl type food, snack type stuff, probably little smokies and chips and salsa and whatever, that kind of crap. But they
Yeah.
just want to come up and visit because they get bored. So
Yeah.
our
Well,
friends are limited. We don't have a lot of friends.
well, this is our way of visiting is through the phone.
Yeah. Yeah. My YouTube friends, that's why I told my wife I'm home all the time. I said, my only friends are my YouTube friends, and they leave comments on my videos. I leave comments on theirs. Otherwise, we don't have people we hang out with because people suck, my wife says, and from the other room, people suck. A lot of them do.
Well,
Like I said, we meet SD Mountain Man and his wife, every few months and go out to eat. And then Brenda and Denny from Castina. That's Denny was Heidi's childhood friend of hers, and they moved from Sioux City down here a little over a year ago or so. And so we do things with them, go out and eat once in a while, and then go up to their house and visit with them or whatever. And then you guys, when we go to Arkansas to see you, that's about it. Once in a while, go to my mom's, play cards with her or something. But
yeah.
yeah, and then our friends
Well,
Doug and Vic, we go and have coffee with them. But haven't seen them in a while because Doug's got cancer and he's going through chemo and lost his hair, and I think that bothers him. And so he
oh,
don't want to meet and have coffee too often. So it's been a few months since we've seen him.
well, that's too bad.
Yeah, But like our friend list is limited. It's our group is small, so
Yeah.
anyhow.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get off of here and
Bye everybody that joined us. Don't forget we love
bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.
Later.